I've been very jammed recently and not really able to put out a lot of content, but I want to give you a quick update of the fish room. This big guy here continues to redecorate his aquarium. I've got to really watch him because he'll knock heaters out of position. I mean, he's constantly digging. One of the reasons why you don't have plants in an aquarium like this, but he'll knock the heaters off the walls. He'll also knock the sensors. This is the sensor for that controller back there, right? There's a controller on this aquarium, and this is the sensor. He'll knock that out of place. I've had to put two different suction cups, because if he knocks it out of place and it's floating on the surface, it'll give a wrong read and not heat the tank correctly. So he's just a big brute, big beautiful brute. Red tear, Feste. Right next door I have the planted aquarium, and I've added some wood that I picked up from the Ohio Cichlid Association extravaganza. I picked up some wood along with that FX6, and it was shipped to me. One piece is floating. It's probably going to be floating for quite a while. I soaked it for about a week before putting it in the aquarium, but it's still floating. The other piece I picked up, pretty big piece, you can see right there. It was thicker and heavier right from the beginning, not as porous, so it sunk right to the bottom. And you can see the little albino pleco has found a spot on it that he loves. The perfect little pleco platform. Of course, plecos eat this wood. A couple little ember tetras there, if you can see them. There's another pleco on the rock back there. A little bit of duck, a little bit of that duckweed came over from one of the other tanks, and you can see it's just clogging up the filter. Don't recommend it for any tank where there's going to be a lot of activity or a lot of water movement. Little neons are doing great. Picked up some more neons. I want to get more neons, more rummy nose, more embers. Love the fish that school. All the plants are doing fine. Tons of snails are doing great. Let's go over to the 90-gallon, see what's going on there. I pulled out the big plant that was on the left to give it a cleaning. It's actually soaking in some bleach water. So I put these in. They look pretty good. Can't really have real plants in this tank. They get all munched up. That's also a plant I had laying around back there. It actually has an air line built into it, so it's got some bubbles coming out of it. Just a cut above having just a SpongeBob SquarePants back there. But you can see the redhead Tapajos, all 6 of them are doing great in here. Really thriving. A couple of them are already showing great markings. Look at the colors on this one. I suspect that's a male. The males will get a little bit more prominent trailers. The thread fins that come off the dorsal and the top of the tail. He's already getting some great color. And the other fish in here are doing great. Beautiful Congos, usually like to hang out by the back. The male Congos are pretty hard on each other, chasing each other a lot. A beautiful Severum, red spotted gold Severum. Just a great fish. If we go behind this tank, we have the little 29-gallon where I have the female Feste that I'm growing out to hopefully at some point breed. You can see she's being shy. Come on, say hi. Looking really pretty. She's a very different color. Very different color from when she was in the other tank with a darker substrate. Really lightened up in this tank. She's a very pretty fish. I'm not going to put her with that big guy until she puts on some size. And even then, I'm going to have a divider in the tank for probably several months, just so they get kind of acclimated, and I'll have a lot of hiding spots for her to get away. Here's a 20-gallon rimless aquarium right next to that one. A lot of caves, some wood, and there are now 6 clowns in this one. Little clown loaches back there, you can see them. They love hiding behind that sponge filter. Very active, eating really well. And you can see I've got 5 little neons that will be going into the planted tank. I like to have about 10 to 15 neons. They just look good. Just a big dash of color schooling around. A lot of plecos in here, including some that look pretty red. This one looks like a pretty, you can see him on his back. He looks pretty red. Some nice spotted ones. I'm going to keep some of these. A couple of them will go to the local fish store. Here's the pleco nursery. And it continues just to produce plecos like crazy. I'm actually overwhelmed with plecos. If you're in Tennessee and want some bushy nose plecos, reach out to me. I'll give you some. And I've got these little babies in here. I still haven't figured out what they are. You can see them swimming around. Been feeding them the North Fin, that little fry starter from North Fin, Cunningham Tropicals, and also some from Aquarium Co-op. So they're getting a mix of fry starter. There's about 5 of them in there. I think they might be rainbows. They might be dwarf rainbows. I've got some real nice albino plecos in here as well. I'll probably keep the albinos and the red ones and take all the basic black bushy noses, take those back. You can see the duckweed. It's just gone wild. Let's turn around and take a look at the 300-gallon. Got one little fish in here that's looking a little old. That turquoise at the back left there, but the rest of them are all looking really good. This guy has calmed down a little bit. He was being very, very aggressive. This Bucochromis with DCI yellow. You can see the pit heat. Look at this, all this substrate he moved, creating a pit here in the corner. But what I did is I put a lot of rock work and several of the plants to kind of block off the area so he could just dig all he wanted to, and just sort of separated him from the rest of the group. He kind of calmed him down a little bit. Because he was trying to corral people into the side of the aquarium. There's the trout, beautiful trout. Bucochromis notatania. Big spot picked up from Fritz over at Beantown Aquatics. Beautiful deep water. Fire hap. Coingi. And Cygnus. Venusis back there. Very yellow Venusis. My Fusco. Strigatus back there, often neglected. One of my favorite fish, the Strigatus. Very calm as far as cichlids go. And next door to that, we have our South and Central American tank. Big giant vieja. Gotta be pushing 11, 12 inches. Beautiful fish. Little Geo. Chocolate. Love the red eyes on the chocolate. This Geo here banged into something, still healing. You can see the front of his face. I think he banged into some of the wood. My big Oscar. And the little albino Oscar. I believe it's probably from the same batch, but the albino didn't grow as much. There's Sally the Salvini, doing great. Bunch of silver dollars back there. The fire mouth trying to protect the middle of the aquarium and not able to keep everybody out. Electric blue Ochart thriving in here. Nicaragua, who's usually hiding. Nicaragua tends to hide in the right side of the aquarium. There's a cave there that she lives in. She's a beautiful fish, always facing off with the fire mouth. They don't damage each other, but they just love facing off. It's 22 degrees outside, so I had to fire up my my Doctor heater. Had to get that Doctor heater going. Does a great job keeping the room comfortable. I'm trying to knock the top frame off of this aquarium so I can replace this top frame. As you know, a couple of them failed on me. You can see right here, I have two of these 50-gallon tanks with broken braces. So I've been using the instructions provided by Over the Edge, where you use a piece of wood and a hammer to try and knock this frame out. And I just haven't been able to get it loose at all. It just doesn't come loose. It's on too tight, and I haven't been able to get it to break loose, no matter how hard I hit it. So I might just end up putting these on Craigslist as reptile enclosures. I have an FX6 down here. I'm going to be swapping out for the one I have currently on the back of the 300. So I'm just going to take all the media out of that one and put it in this one. And I have a couple products I'm going to be reviewing. A heater that for some reason Higer decided to call Black Hole. 1,000-watt heater. And I also have a hang-on back that they sent me. I am a Higer affiliate. They sent me this bilateral hang-on back filter. Looks like it's designed a little bit like the Marineland, except without those rotating wheels that some of you don't like. But at any rate, watch for a review on those. So I've got a few projects here in the fish room I need to take care of. But there you go. That's the update. Things are moving along. And I'm going to be adding those neons to this tank. And also, I got a few more fish. I'm talking to Josh over at Cunningham Tropicals. I've got a few fish I'm looking at getting from him. I'll wait until I get them before I disclose what they are, but they're going to be epic. The lilies seem to do okay. See a little red lily right there? The fish try and uproot it and munch it and stuff, but it always bounces back. There's two of them. There's another one kind of peeking out over there. Of course, the Anubias do great in here. But that's the update. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I really appreciate you. If you like the channel, be sure to give the video a thumbs up. subscribe, hit that bell, and stay tuned for reviews of those products. And I'll give you an update on whether or not I'm able to swap out the top frame on those 55-gallon aquarium tanks. Check out this playlist on the right, and that's a whole bunch of information on fish keeping. And if you want to subscribe, just hit me on the mug on the left side there, and you will be subscribed. Also consider becoming a Patreon. Here's a video on how to become a Patreon monthly supporter. Thank you, my friends. Bye-bye.